All
Okay.
right. So I've gone far this registration page. I've gone far this registration page. The only thing that is remaining is uh, the media query part, right? That's the only thing that is remaining. So, and I've used that last project, that last class to explain how media query works, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
But
So
I'm going to come back to the
yeah,
video.
you have
Maybe
not watched the
tomorrow
video.
when I get a chance.
You have not
I'll
watched
start
it.
watching. But tomorrow when I want to do the correction on my own, I'm gonna watch it then try and see how I can do it too.
All right, no problem. So this is where we'll stop last time that we were doing this registration page, which is last week Friday, right? Before now,
Monday.
no, today is Wednesday now. On Monday we did responsiveness, we did media query, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I used that Monday to
Mm-hmm.
teach you guys media query. Then last week Friday, that's when we stop. We stop at this 14 side. Then I said I will explain media query on Monday.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this is only the registration page that we have done. It's not actually, you can see it look responsive, but it's not actually responsive, right? So we want to add responsiveness to it. So in that process now, what we'll be doing is this. Now the first responsiveness we want to add to it is we want it to have, okay, the two screen that I want to design is 7568 sorry, 768 pixel screen, then 480 pixel screen. That's the only screen that we want to allow it to be responsive, right? The other part, the other screen size, this particular resolution page is responsive for it, but for smaller screen it's not responsive at all. So we want to make sure that it is responsive on smaller screen, which is one of the smaller screen is 7688 pixel, then the other smaller screen is 480 pixel, right? So for the first smaller screen, what we want to um I told you that in responsiveness you hide some things, you hide some things, not all the HTML elements. That's what you apply responsiveness to. You can decide to apply responsiveness to navbar. That's why you see some websites now on desktop mode, the navbar is very like large, big, well. You see everything. You see the lamp link. You see the get started. You see register button or the nav bar. But on mobile view on that the same website, you see that you see one button at your right hand side. When you click on or at your left hand side, when you click on that button, it will not display. It will not bring one of the HTML element will not slide in. That's where you now have your get started, you have your you have get started, you have some other nav links there, you get. So it is that responsiveness, that's what we want to do. So responsiveness doesn't mean that you will apply responsiveness to every or to all the HTML elements. You only apply it to some HTML element that you know that okay, this thing not dey good like this. So for smaller screen make I change am. Like for example now, maybe you are drawing a circle, right? So on desktop view the circle look very good, but mobile view you are having overflow, like the circle divided into two. So what you are just seeing on your mobile screen is half of the circle. So what you now do is that you pick that your CSS styling for that particular circle, then you will now style it in mobile device screen size. Mobile device size, you can choose to use 768 pixel, you can choose to use 480 pixel. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Hello?
Not really.
Yes, yes, I follow you.
I really do not understand.
You don't understand? Okay. So
Not
what I
breaking.
mean is that for some screen, bigger screen, your tablet, your laptop, your television, some websites as you are designing them, they look very okay, they look very nice. Nothing shifts to the right, nothing shifts to the left. Everything just everything are just perfect, right? But that same website or mobile screen, you will see that some of the those things that you see perfect on larger screen now, some of them will now shift to the right, some of them will shift to the bottom, some of them will now maybe some of them will bend. Do you understand? So for it to get the perfect shape, um you need to add you need to hide some HTML element so that on mobile screen it will be perfect. Do you understand?
Okay, so like what type of HTML element are we to like hide for it to be perfect now?
um that's when you now bring your creativity. Dat okay maybe that's why I made that first example, that circle now. Dat circle on larger screen, you see dat when I draw dis circle, the circle look very okay on larger screen but on smaller screen you now see dat part of the circle, that's what you are seeing. You are not seeing the full circle, you are seeing half of the circle. So you now be the one to now say okay on mobile screen let the circle size reduce. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You now say okay dis circle size now let it reduce to maybe initially when you design it you have the size of the circle is 50 pixel. Then on mobile view now you now observe dat the circle don divide to two. Okay, let me now reduce the size. You now say okay dis circle now I want to reduce the size of dis circle to 25 pixel so dat anybody wey dey see the circle for phone go see am say e dey see the circle full. Anybody wey dey see the circle for larger screen you still dey see am full too. Do you understand?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's media query, that's responsiveness. So
Okay.
um initially in our CSS, this container, right, um this is a class in our HTML, and in our HTML the element that have the class is the element that have the that class now. It is what it is the div that carry all the other elements. That's the element that have the container. Are you seeing it? Container.
Yes.
You get. So now on maybe on larger screen now when you design it, look at it, you say maximum width should be 400 pixel, margin should be 40 pixel, auto, margin should be 20 pixel, border color should be white, border should be 1 pixel, solid, border radius 20 pixel, shadow should be this. As for first styling, that was first styling. Now you want to now apply media query to this particular same class now. This is class that we want to apply um media query to, and that same class, that's where is the class attribute of the main div. that carry every other element for this particular project. You understand? You understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have already styled it in our first styling. Because now we want to now apply media query to it. That's when for the media query now, we now say for the media query, we now say look at it to look at the maximum width here. For the main style, the maximum width is what? Is 400 pixel. For media query, which is maximum width of the screen should be 768 pixel. That tells you that the style the all the style that we are applying here now we only apply to screen that is lower than 768 pixel, which is 768 pixel downward. That's the only screen that's the only style that this that's the only screen this style that we want to style now will apply to. You understand?
Yeah.
Mm. So now look at for our initial design we say maximum width should be 400 pixel. But for media query now we are now saying that maximum width should be 90%. Are you seeing it? um for our normal design we are saying margin should be 40 pixel and it should be auto. But for media query we are saying margin should be 20 pixel and it should be what? Auto. Are you seeing it?
Yes.
So that's the only change we want to make to that particular class or to that particular HTML element that carries this container as a class. Then for the other one too, when it is when the maximum width is 480 pixel for this iPhone 6, iPhone 7, when the maximum width is 480 pixel, now we want to apply another style to the container too. We're not saying the container now should be what? 100%. The margin should be 0. Border radius here now should be what? 0. Box shadow should be none. So initially we are saying box shadow should be what? This value, right? But now we are saying that for the device that have maximum width of 480 pixel, box shadow should not apply to it. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it. Then for the H1, for the H1 we are saying that on the maximum width of 480 pixel, the H1 size should change to what? 24 pixel. But initially they did not add font size to our design. Do you understand? Mhm. But for the font size, for 480 pixel, the font size should be what? 24 pixel. So let's start coding. Let's start coding. Yeah. Oh, oh. So we are saying at media only screen, and then your condition and your condition. Do you remember how we write our this thing Amiral query? It's the same thing, like condition will come first before what we want to apply to the style. Do you understand? So the condition now
Yeah.
is maximum width should be 768 pixel. Hmm? Then we're now saying the container should be maximum width 90%. 90%. Then margin of the container should change to 20 pixel and it should be auto, right? So that's for this first one. For the second one, media only screen and condition maximum width. The size should be 480 pixel, right? Then what we want to apply, I say the container, the size of the container, the maximum width of the container should be 100%. Then we are saying the margin should be 0. We are saying border radius should be 0. We are saying box shadow should be none. Understand? Then
Yeah, yeah.
H1 now, we are saying the H1 font size should be 24 pixel. Are you seeing it? So let's now go back to open our project. Oh, oh. You are saying that this is a normal, right? And then wait, I'm coming. So you can decide to be change the screen size here like this. So you are seeing four. This is the width, right? Width is 400. Now the width now, if you observe, you see that the brush shadow have disappeared. But when we increase it, let's say the width should be 768. Do you see the brush shadow? You see the effect of the brush shadow?
Yeah. But I
And
want to ask a question now. Is this one Chrome? Because this all these settings here.
all these things.
Mm, the settings.
Yeah, this is the developer tools. It's called developers tools. So for you to get it right, you have to after you have opened your you have opened your project, you right click on the interface then you see so many things. You see back, you see forward, you see reload, you see save as, you see print, you see cast, you see send to your device, cast queue, cast 8 QR code for this page. That's
QR
it doing,
code.
yeah. Then you see view page source. This view page source now actually get HTML stuff here. Look at the HTML, this thing that we have done. This is it. Then the
Okay.
CSS. CSS. I seen the CSS.
Yeah.
So there are some websites, right, that you can actually copy from online. Hmm? That if they use HTML and CSS. So, but if they not use HTML and CSS, if they use React, you cannot get the source code. Do you understand? So this is what we call source code. This is what we call source code. So let me go back. So you right click, then you inspect it. Hmm?
Okay.
Yeah. So when you inspect it now,
Okay.
you cannot see the this thing developer tools. All these are developer tools. What we are doing when we enter this thing now, we now be making use we make use of this console. So it's for JavaScript. The reason why this one is here is because our Chrome or all our browsers, they are built on JavaScript. Yes, so whenever we are doing JavaScript, it's easier for us to test with our console. And network is for debugging for backend. People that are doing PHP, Laravel, other other part, other backend project or programming language. So whenever you are working with, maybe you are working with front end project on your laptop, your front end project is on your laptop, and you are trying to debug, or maybe you are finding some things difficult. um Inspect them. When you run your code, you see some of the error in this network tab. You see it, this place to load, something like this. So when you now click on this, when you click on this thing now, it will now show you something like this. See preview. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing the preview?
Mm.
See response, initiator, timing. So the time that your this thing use to respond, you can actually get it from here. Cookies too. All this cookie where I say they talk say accept cookies on
Okay.
browser. um This how.
Mm, mm.
So that's it. But that's for that sha. What we are concerned
Okay.
about is, but I want you to see these changes. Are you seeing these changes at all? Do you see that? Do you notice that on mobile, on 400 pixel now, this corner, you normally you apply this thing to this corner, abi, border radius, yeah, apply border radius now, but we are seeing that the border radius now disappear on smaller screen. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing what I'm showing
Yes,
you?
it didn't show.
um on mobile screen,
Mm.
which is any screen that is lower than what? That is lower than 480 pixel. um the border radius sef, the border the this thing,
Mm.
the burst shadow is not still showing too. Let me show you another changes too. Let me show you another changes. Let's manipulate this our 480 pixel. So let's say the 480 pixel now, the shey you are seeing this border radius, you are seeing that border radius now turn to 0, abi? Or let's say border radius should be 5 pixel.
Yes.
Let's say border radius 5 pixel or 10 pixel. Yes. Alright, it does not apply to wait oh. Let me open it again. Let me close this one and open it again. I want you to see the changes. Even the H1 self, even the H1 self or even shift. Let me see. Let's see. Let me style this particular one. Hey, let me style the button. Oh. No wonder. Sorry. I'm using the other project for it. No wonder it's not working. This is our main project. This is what we are doing. 10 pixel. Right. This is now.
Yes.
Uh, seeing the border radius now. Even though it is 436, I also apply to it because saying the maximum width should be what? The maximum width should be 480. So 480 downward. Any style that you apply to 480 downward, it will still what? It will still happen, it will still work. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah. So your assignment now is that you manipulate this one both on that 480 pixel. Then on the 480 pixel, sorry, on the 480 pixel, you change the background color of this button to something else. The background color of this thing to something else. So then you notice that there's border here around it. Change the border, remove the border. I mean, remove it. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah. Then change the color of this text. Normally, you are seeing that the color of this text is white, abi? Just manipulate this button. Let me see if you understand what we have talked about today. You guys,
Okay.
only on 480 pixel, only on 480 pixel. So just manipulate the button. Um, let's see how it goes. You understand?
Uh,
All right, Fejiro, do you understand?
Yes, I'm with you.
All right. So that's all for today. That's all for media query and registration page. On Friday we'll move to another project.
All right, now, boss. Good night.